Hi everyone. So it's been a while since I made a video like this, so I apologize. But I'm off for this week, and one of the things that I really wanted to do was I wanted to make a video, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. So the video that I want to make today is I want to talk about something that's kind of important to me. It's the universe. Because I always talk about the universe this and the universe that, and I always ask the universe for things, and I put things out there, and I don't expect things to be handed to me. Here you go, because I asked for it. I don't believe that's how it works. I believe that if I ask the universe for something, and I kind of put it out there that I want something or whatever, I believe that because I believe it is a she, will present me options to walk a journey to achieve the things or the goals that I want. And I've believed this for years, and it works. It makes me feel happy when I put things out there. So I said this week that I wanted to do a video, and I put it out there into the universe, and here I am making one right now, and this is only day one of my holiday. So what I want to talk about is, once you put things out into the universe, will she answer back? That's a good question, I think, and I thought about it a few times. So I want to share an experience that I had recently that made me really believe, which I always believed anyway, but it made me believe even more that, if you are patient enough to wait, because, she's not going to answer you right away or when you want it, when the time is right, the answer that you're going to look for will be presented, not in verbal sense, because if you're hearing things if you're hearing voices, you might want to see a doctor, just kidding, but she will present a situation that answers the question or whatever that you have. So, this is the story that I want to tell. My father passed away about 4 months ago, a little over 4 months ago, and me and my dad, we weren't close. There was a lot of hatred, I think, between us both. I was the product of the first marriage, and my father and mother divorced, and my father had another wife and more family, so me and my sister were the product of the first, and then there was a product of the second, and there was always a little bit of jealousy, I think, or hatred towards the second with the first, and that's perfectly fine. You can't make someone want to spend any type of time with you or love you or anything like that. So anyway, I tried and have him into my life, and I got 2 little kids and never really took interest in them or anything. So there's a little bit of hatred, I think, on both sides. So he passed away. I knew he was going to die. He had cancer, and he found out a couple of years ago, and they couldn't do a surgery because of his heart. So he was just basically waiting. So 4 months ago he passed, and I took it really hard. I took it harder than I thought I was, to be honest with you. I guess because he is dad, he is my father. So I'm not a cold-hearted person. So I did take it a little bit, not a little bit, a lot. I did take it. I cried and stuff. I was very upset. I wish things could have been different, but it wasn't. So I came home from work and I had a moment, and so that was that. So then I read the obituary and realized that my sister and I weren't even on it. Our little kids were, but we were completely left out, and that really crushed my heart. So I was a little upset, but that led me to talk to a woman that I didn't know that was going to read at the funeral. And she apologized to me for all this, but it wasn't her fault. And I said, that's okay. It is what it is what it is. Everything happens for like a reason. So anyway, after a day, I reached out to her again, and I said, listen, I want you to do me a favor, please, if you don't mind. She said, absolutely. What? So can you whisper to my dad that I love him, I don't hate him, and most importantly, that I will forgive him for all the things that ever happened through the lifespan of his life since I've been in it. And she wrote me back. She said, I will definitely do that. So when she whispered it in his ear, and she did write me back and say, hey, listen, it's said, it's done. I said, thank you very much. So it made me feel a little bit better. I didn't think much of it afterwards. I know I told a couple of people that, and they kind of felt up and sentimental, and it is a sad situation because I just lost my own father, and I wasn't even mentioned in the obituary, and I didn't have a bond with my dad. I never talked to my dad in 10 years, since before he died, and I probably should have reached out to him, and he probably should have reached out to me, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, and this is what it is. So about 2 months passed, and I was at work, and this guy come up to where I work. I don't know who this guy is. So he was chit-chatting about certain, well, I'm not going to get into where I work, but anyway, he was having a yarn about something. And he looked at me. He said, I think I work with your dad. I said, you work with my dad? Yeah, I guess he's seen the tag, Carson, right? I said, yeah, he said I worked out west out in the mines with him. I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry, my friend. I said, I didn't know my father worked in the mines. Didn't want to get into any of the personal stuff that I'm doing right now. But anyways, the reason why I'm doing this. So he's just like, yeah, he said, he used to talk about you a lot. He was proud of you, he said. He used to say that, you know, that, because I used to be on the other side of the tracks growing up. It's a bit of a hard case. I'm not like that now obviously. And he said he's proud of you and all the things you've, you know, like accomplished and whatever. So I was kind of puzzled, and I was just like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. And he said that your father kept saying that you look like the guy from the Vikings. And I laughed. Yes, a lot of people say that to me. So I said to him so I asked him if he knew that my father died, and he didn't know. I said, yeah, my father died a couple of months back. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I was, well, thank you. Once again, didn't want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff, whatever. It's none of his concern. So I was like, yeah, I said he passed away. I said he's gone. And he was just like, oh. He said, well, boy, so I got to let you know. He said, your dad talked about you an awful lot. And it done something to me. It kind of just moved my heart. And I was just like, oh. So I had to walk away for a couple of minutes because it really affected me in a way that I didn't expect to hear that. I didn't expect to hear it. So anyway, I sat down and I started to think, and my mind instantly went back to the time that I asked the lady to whisper to my dad those three things. And in my opinion, that was the universe's way of letting me know that my father heard that message. And it was his way of letting me know that he did love me, and he's happy that I said those things that I asked the lady to say. So, I mean, you can argue all day long, well, that could have been just coincidence, blah, 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 blah. But I don't want to believe it is. I believe that it is the universe, in her way, letting me know that this is the way it was. And it made me feel really happy. So, you know, sometimes when we feel alone or scared or whatever the case may be, you know, you're never really alone. We're all a part of energy. And if you want something in life, you have to be willing to work for it, or you have to be willing to be patient for the answer. But if you ask the universe for something, she's going to get back to you. It may take a month, it may take 2 months, it may take a year, it may take 10 years. But when the time is right, everything that's meant to happen is going to happen. It don't matter. It's going to happen. So anyway, I wanted to make this video for you today, and hopefully if I can reach out to someone, just one person that can relate to what I'm saying, then I'm happy. Because I'm not doing this for millions of views or that's fine. I just enjoy making these type of videos and sharing some stories with the people that's willing to watch. So I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes because long videos bug me a little bit. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have yourself a lovely day. And who knows, maybe I might make another one sometime this week because I'm off. So I'm going to do some little bit of art now and do some cooking and have a good time. Anyway, see you later. Thanks for watching.